Hey guys, Nightfall here, and welcome to my solo guide for level 1-5, Ruins de Entraves, Danger. Did I pronounce that right? I don't know, but I tried. So as always, we're going to go ahead and jump into this level, and then as soon as we get into the game, I'm going to freeze frame it right here so we can talk about the deck and the build that we're using. So we currently have Broker with his rocket launcher and the bad reputation marksman rifle. As for our deck, we have Crystal Bank ++, we have Parting Compensation +, we have Explosion Bonus ++, we have Machine Gun Tower +, we have Acid Modified and Stronger Acid ++, we have Super Range +, Explosion Specialist +, Bigger Bombs +, and last but not least, no survivors. If you haven't been following this playlist tutorial, then you may be unfamiliar with the strat of popping Crystal Bank, popping both of our parting compensations, and then unaliving ourselves. In game, of course, because every time we do, we're going to gain an additional 1500. Again, the downside to this is that it takes longer to respawn every single time that you die. So if you end up doing this and gaining all that extra money, and you do end up dying in one of the earlier waves, there is a good chance that you will not be alive to stop them from getting through, which means that your run is over. Regardless, we're going to do this enough times. I'll skip ahead, and now that we're jumping back in here with about 25 seconds to go, we'll activate our Crystal Bank, throw a Cherry Bomb down, take the zip line to the core. We had about 15,000 points to spend. So right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and activate one of our explosion bonuses, and then we're going to line this right side wall with turrets, throw a couple more Cherry Bombs down, and then get ready for the wave to start. The goal here is, like I said before, just don't die. You're going to want to try to kill as many of these enemies as you can with explosion damage. You can try to pick a couple of them off here at the top and do damage early on with your marksman rifle, but the goal here is to kill them with your rocket launcher so you get that extra money, or with the cherry bombs because that also counts as an explosion. Again, try not to back up directly to your core because the enemies will follow you since they are aggro on you. Just kind of go back and forth, and also, again, don't die, and just light them up with your rocket launcher. Once you clear out the jousting enemies, it's a lot easier because the pinballs and the little robot things are a lot easier to kill. That being said, you still want to make sure that you get to 10,000 points as fast as you can so that we have enough money to buy no survivors. As soon as you get 10,000 points, go ahead and activate no survivors. This will give us a lot of money. And then immediately you're going to go through here and throw down some more turrets. Be careful that this golem doesn't kill you because for whatever reason, no survivors doesn't ever kill him. I guess he just has that much health. And we did almost die here, which probably would have been the end of this run. So just be really careful. Once you kill the Tung 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 Sahur, everything else is pretty much light work here. And we just want to do some rockets here and then kill that final golem. And then I will rejoin you as soon as we complete wave number 1. All right, now that wave number 1 is done, we'll go ahead and activate our Crystal Bank now that we don't have to deal with all of the nonsense. And we're going to make our way over to the pitfall here, jump off the side of the map, activate one of our explosion bonus cards before we do, just so we get some more points. After we spawn back in, the round should be about to start. We'll zipline back across and drop down to our core. You can see here, I do activate one of my explosion specialist cards before putting more turrets on the wall, just so that my rockets do a little bit more damage and I can help out and try to get more points as needed. Again, you're probably going to need to use your no survivors card right off the rip here because they do get to the core pretty fast because of the damn jousting enemies. And again, our core is in trouble here, so no, this was not a perfect run. It was far from it, but we do make it through, or I wouldn't be making this into a video. Now you can put turrets on the ground here. Just keep in mind that if the drill enemies get too close, that they will end up breaking some of your turrets, so it may all be just a waste. And eventually you're probably going to need to use your no survivor card here a second time as our core takes its last shot that it can tolerate here, and now it's at 1 HP. Throughout the rest of this wave, it's just taking care of enemies as usual. I do activate my stronger acid cards to give my turrets a little bit of a buff. as well as activating a few of my explosion specialist and bigger bomb cards here. So just so we're all on the same page, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and speed this up until right before the start of wave number 3. I'll pause it and then we'll go over all the cards I have activated so far and then what the next step of this strategy is going to be. So at this point, we've activated Crystal Bank a grand total of 9 times. We've activated both of our parting compensations. We've activated 3 of our explosion bonuses out of 4. We've activated our acid modified card and all 3 of our stronger acid cards. We activated 1 of our super range cards. We activated 5 each of our explosion specialist and bigger bombs card. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take out our machine gun turret and start placing them on the right side here where they start to come down these staircases. And we're going to do much of what we did down below on the other side and just fill up this entire hallway with as many turrets as we can. Eventually, this entire left wall and possibly even the ceiling will be completely filled. Toward the beginning of this wave, I'll activate my final explosion bonus card to make sure that we get all the money we can. And then just because things start getting a little dicey here, I start spam putting down a bunch of turrets here around the core. Also, something to watch out for in this wave is there's a lot of invisible enemies that are going to make it through. So just have your no survivor card ready to go. And I mean, at this point, we have over 100,000 points, so we could just kind of go crazy with turrets. I'm going to speed this up a little bit so you can see where I'm placing the turrets, and I'll rejoin you with more commentary at the end of this wave. So now that we've completed wave number 3, we're going to go ahead and activate our Crystal Bank card for the 11th time, and then activate literally every other card that we have left. So at this point, everything should be active. The only cards that we have now left that should be able to be used or placed is our turret and our no survivor card. And because we have nothing else to spend our money on, we're just going to go crazy on turret placement and place as many turrets as you possibly can. If you really want the extra 1,500 points, you can jump in the lava and get some points. I'm going to speed this up and then I'll rejoin you with commentary at the end of this wave. Now that we've completed wave number 4, we are just over halfway through, and there's really not much else to do now except for keep placing turrets. I honestly don't think you have enough space and or time to place enough turrets to ever drop below the 10,000 points at this point in the level. So just go ham, place all the turrets you can. I did say earlier in the video that placing them on the ceiling and the walls are better because then the drill hand guys won't be able to destroy them. But if you run out of wall space and ceiling space, go ahead and place them on the floor too. But I'll go ahead and speed this up and I'll rejoin you at the start of wave number 6. Now that we made it to wave 6, we're just, again, going to put down more turrets if you haven't placed them everywhere you possibly can already. And at this point, your turrets will take care of most of the enemies, but just be on the lookout for straight ahead of you down the main hallway, as well as the staircase to the right, and use your no survivors card as you need it. But this wave shouldn't really be much of a problem. So I'll go ahead and fast forward this until we get to the end of wave number 6. So with wave 6 completed, we're only one wave away, and hopefully you're faring a little bit better than I did here with 1 health on our core left. Not that it's going to matter because we have so many turrets down at this point that nothing's going to get through. Plus we have no survivors just in case anything does. Again, I'm just being stingy here with Crystal Bank and jumping off the side of the map to get some more points, just because what else am I going to do there? I can't really place any more turrets anywhere. I mean, sure, there's tons of floor space to put turrets on, but who cares at this point? So basically what you want to do on this wave is the same thing we did on the previous wave, is stand near your core, monitor the 2 entrances to your core, shoot some random rockets in hopes it kills something, and use no survivors where you can. And I'll go ahead and speed this up as I give you my exit spiel here, but you shouldn't really have any issues with completing this wave. Using the no survivor card once or twice might be needed, but eventually you'll be able to clear chapter 1-5 on nightmare mode completely solo. So if this video and strategy helped you out, make sure to leave a like on the video. I'll be trying to do a tutorial solo on nightmare mode for every single level, so comment down below which level you're stuck on right now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.